Hi there, welcome back. In my last video, if you saw it, I went over the makeup products that I brought with me to Guatemala, for Belize and Guatemala, for our nearly 3-week trip. And talked about not only what I brought, but also what I used and didn't use. And the video was getting a little long, so I've decided to do the skincare as a separate video. And what I did for the skincare is I did not bring any even travel size or full size products at all. What I brought was only samples. And I'd like to go over what I did bring with me and show you what it is that was left over. The nice thing about bringing samples on a vacation, as long as you don't have super sensitive skin or anything, is that it forces you to use them and to try products that maybe in the whole sample drawer, sample box, just kind of get left aside for long periods of time, and you think, I'll get to it. Well, if that's all you bring on vacation, it's either you use that stuff or you don't use anything, especially when you're in a remote area. So it worked really well for me, and I got through a lot of stuff. Now the first thing I use, so we've got, of course, serums and moisturizers that we like to use. And what I used the most of, just trying to organize things here a little bit. What I used the most of, because it was nicely packaged, and I scrunched up the packaging before I realized, oh, maybe I should show this in a video, so it's all messed up. I ended up with a package of the Ole Henriksen. It's like the 4-step, so it's 2 of the moisturizer for 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, and then the Truth Serum for the morning, and then the night gel. Night transformation gel as well for the evening. So it's a 4-step process, and it was a 7-day, they call it the 7-day transformation. So for the first 7 days of the trip, this is all that I used. And so I kept all the empty samples, brought them back from the vacation, so I used all of these in the first 7 days. That was that. Now for other moisturizers, I ended up using 3 of the L'Occitane Crème Divine. So I ended up using 3 of those. I ended up using CEO from Sunday Riley. Don't know if you can see those samples. I ended up using a couple of the Splash samples from Algenist, and then also an Advanced Lift Contour Cream. Now that's a cheat because I really like that one. I also used 3 of the Caudalie Vino Source, and I thought it was okay. I kind of liked it. I just don't know if it did anything huge for my skin. And then used a ton of, and these were all in order of preference, by the way, as far as how I use them. I should have said that earlier. I brought a ton of the Clinique Moisture Surge. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So quite a few of these I got through. And of course I brought a few extra than I knew I was going to use, but there's nothing like running out, right? 3, 4 of the Algenist Eye Balm. And these lasted me 2 to 3 days each, so those were great to have. And then I finished off with the Lancer Eye Contour sample, so one of those as well. And then for serums, I ended up using 2 of the Caudalie Vino Perfect Radiance Serum for complexion correcting. And I used those more toward the end of the trip. I was starting to get the sunspots because that's part of what my skin does, so that was helpful. And as far as cleansers, I used a couple of the Sephora cleansers, so the charcoal and the rose that I happen to have on hand. And then I think I got the focus thing figured out in the light, so we'll see. Also 4 of the Soy Face, fresh Soy Face cleanser. So that as well, 4 of those. And I used those last, but I kind of like, in a weird way, the cucumber smell that those have. So I ended up using a deluxe sample as soon as I got back to just kind of keep using it for a bit. And I don't mind it at all. Although I have to say right now, my favorite of favorites is the Ole Henriksen Truth cleanser, because it has that wonderful orange smell, and I'm using more of the orangey vitamin C moisturizers as well. It just goes so well together, so that's what I've been doing. Now, I also brought shampoo samples as opposed to dragging a big bottle of shampoo. So I ended up using, are they all here? Yeah. 2 sets of the Verb shampoo. So this one is the Full Body and Color Safe Cleanse Volume Shampoo and Weightless Lift and Soften Volume Conditioner. Those were kind of stuck in a sample. I've got two sets of those. The Ghost shampoo and Ghost conditioner, Weightless, Color Safe, Cleanse, Protect, Detangle, and Soften. I didn't really see much difference between the two. I'm not a shampoo connoisseur though, so who knows, maybe there's a huge difference and I'm just not aware of it. They were all fine. I mean, there's no set of those shampoos that I thought were horrible. Would I purchase them? Probably not, but at least I tried them. And the Way, which is the way I would say it, hair care. So this is shampoo and conditioner for, it's for repair purposes. I guess that's the last one I used. For some reason I was reluctant to use it, but that's the last one I used on vacation. And I don't have a ton of hair, as you can probably see. I don't have a ton of hair, so I was able to make often 2 uses out of, especially the Verb samples I thought were pretty big. So that was what I used. I also used up a Bumble and Bumble Hairdresser's Invisible Oil. So that lasted me quite a few uses. Actually, you can still see there's a tiny bit at the bottom there, but hard to get out. So I used those, and I also used the Dermalogica. There we go. Dermalogica Eye Lift, Stress Positive Eye Lift, and I really like that. It seemed to really take care of my under eye puffiness. Although, who knows? Maybe it was because I was on vacation and I was de-stressing, and maybe that just helped my under eye. Maybe. Anyway, on to what I did not use. Here we go. So I did not really use this Vitamin C Spot Treatment Resist from Paula's Choice, and I didn't use this one, and also another one which, now that I think of it being back, you don't use resveratrol serum when you are going to be out in the sun, which I was. I was using 50, 60 SPF on my face pretty much at all time, but the amount of sun we were getting was insane. So I came back with 4 of these because I could only use them for a couple of times during the trip. So I came back with those 4, and I will know better next time because I intend to be back out in the sun at some point. I only came back with 1 moisturizer, so I'm pretty proud of that because I counted properly and did not overpack on moisturizers. And then I brought something I consider, in hindsight, again, really stupid. I brought the couple of the Smashbox primer pouches. One of these lasts multiple days, and then I also brought the Benefit one. I think that, oh no, sorry, the First Aid Beauty. Why did I say Benefit? First Aid Beauty Hello Fab Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer Moisturizer. Now this one I probably could have used as an emergency moisturizer in a way, but for the Smashbox stuff, when you're wearing minimal makeup, a silicone-based primer is not exactly the #1 thing to bring. So I'm not sure what I was thinking. I obviously was not thinking. And then I brought, that I did not use, was a second one of these Bumble and Bumble Invisible Oil for the hair. And frankly, because I had my hair either in a French braid or in a ponytail or a bun or clipped with one of those clips at the back so much that it didn't make sense to do a whole lot with my hair. Anyway, those are the samples I brought, what I used, what I didn't use. I hope that it was of use to you in some way. I definitely would do it again. I have a box of samples, as many of us do, that very rarely get used diligently, and to bring them on vacation or on travel, as long as you trust the products were going to play well with your skin, I think it's a great way to do two things. Use up your samples and try new things that might turn into some new favorites. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments or questions down below, please, I should say, please add them down below. If you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, and I can't wait to see you in my next video. Take care.